Ayam atma brahma. This is one of the mahavakyas from the Upanishads. It means this self is Brahman. Brahman is infinite, eternal, indivisible, imperturbable, immutable, unmoving, indestructible, and one without a second. And this is the self. Which is it? The self which is most immediate, and from which you can never depart because of its utterly indivisible nature and its infinite existence. And its expansiveness of consciousness. To be established in that, as that, is self-knowledge. That appears to be a challenge, to abide in that, as that, alone. Yet it is known as the natural state, the innate, the effortless. What truly is your identity? This is what matters significantly. With the rise of the supposition of I, the bare assumption of I, all illusion follows. If that misidentification ceases, the reality comprehends itself. The reality is itself. And this is undecaying, invariable knowledge, knowledge of the self. Examine finely and clearly what you regard as yourself. Discern the real nature of I. And see if the ego actually arises or not. If the supreme knowledge of the self, which is Brahman, is effortless, where then in spiritual practice should you apply effort? Effort should be applied to the discernment and negation of all misidentification. Ignorance is thereby destroyed. The remainder is true knowledge, in which being is knowing. If the significance of I is not known truly, that is, if you overlook your true nature, there will appear all kinds of differentiation, which is illusion, such as Jagat Jivapara, the universe, the individual being, and the Supreme. If the false assumption does not arise, the supposition of I, there is no differentiation. It is a matter of discerning existence as it is, or imagining something it is not. I am Atma Brahmana. The self is Brahman. There truly is no other kind of self. To know Brahman, know that which is most immediate. What is your very existence? I am Atma Brahma. The self is Brahman. The statement is sacred. So are those who preserve it in the knowledge of their true nature. See how doubts, differences, and ideas to the contrary are all, without exception, based on misidentification, starting with the notion I. For firm, steady knowledge, simply remove the false, unsteady ignorance.
I have a very fundamental question on this is what you said. So, to remember that I am Atma Brahma, to know that I am Brahma, I heard three different ways. One, every time I think of myself as the egoic false I remind myself one of the mahavakyas. Say, I am not this, I am actually Brahma. So mentally I take myself back to Brahmanishta, to stay in that one. The second is every time I get the sense of I, the ego, inquire and try to find where it's originating from. That's how I understood from Bhagavan's self-inquiry. And third, what I heard from Nisargadatta Maharaj and other teachings is just stay in the sense of I am. Like just stay and things will happen. What should I be doing out of these three?
The essence of the three are the same. They're not three essences. There is one, and it is the same in all. When you say you're going to stay in I am, who is going to stay? And in what does he stay?
At the beginning of the practice, it's still the mind that says, okay, I just stay where I am. So it's still me, an individual separate from all others.
What is his source?
Yeah, there must be a source because I didn't feel that I in the night. It came sometime at 6 o'clock or whenever I woke up. So it started somewhere. So there is a source, but I'm trying to find that source.
Even if we say we're going to try and find the source, who is going to do so? That is finding. Again and again, make your vision non-objective and discern your real identity.
he said that again and again make your vision non-objective. So it is, you also used a term once before that it's like a curiosity to know the self. I have what times that my full attention or my full goal doesn't appear to be to dissolve that. That is, I am trying to completely follow that instruction, that is, make your vision complete non-objective.
Yes, make your vision non-objective. Do not define yourself by that which is objective. Brahman cannot be known objectively. Because of its utter formlessness and its indivisibility, so that it cannot be divided between a knower and the known. If you make your vision non-objective, that means you cease to misidentify as a body, as a sense perceiver, as a mind or intellect, or as an individual or ego. In light of this, one ceases to view self-realization as a state to be attained, but rather there is the recognition that it is your very being, the very nature of your existence, which can never cease to exist, which is never interrupted, and which is perfectly full of itself.
So that ego, I notice that so making that vision non-objective, that I should not give any importance to that I hear also that who, when you ask that question, that is who is, there is that, there is you have that, there is that intense curiosity or something is there which, for a seeker who is very serious about it, he will question every time something objective who is saying.
That's right.
He's kind of trying to find that he really knows that he doesn't know. He is assuming himself to be something which he is not.
I see the I. In the statement, what is the definition of I? Who is it that supposedly sees it? The individuality does not see itself. It is not self-luminous. And consciousness, which is self-luminous, is utterly eyeless, without any sense of individuality.
So one thing that's really helpful, I just getting from this these dialogues, I can't assume myself, and I go to work and I assume myself to be a worker. Sometimes there's introversion, but it seems like it isn't at the level where it pierces through stuff, like what you just asked, so for instance, sometimes I'll think, okay, don't take on identity or something, but I don't get the root of who is aware of this one trying to do this? And most of the time I'm taking myself to be somebody who has too many tasks, not enough time to do them in. So it's all just cycling around in this kind of mental mode.
These are all ideas. What is the nature of the one who's aware of them? Since you are not a body, truly you never go to work. And since you are timeless, there really is no such thing as too much.
You know, I have a lot of meetings at work, and so I get back and look at my computer. I have, I usually am taking notes or discussing in the meeting, so I don't really read email. But I come back and I have, over 100 emails, and some of these things are pretty complex. I actually have to read, and I find I can't. It's like, it's almost sometimes like, is quite a bit of stuff to do. I mean, just on the relative level.
On that level, do as much as you can, as well as you can, and be detached from the results. The instruments of the body and the mind are not you. And the world in which all this appears is not real.
This is, in a sense, this teaching is so simple. But with ideas, like what I'm describing to you, it just seems, because when you're telling me this, I get a feeling that if I kept that in my heart, just these simple teachings that can help cut away this ignorance. So I have to pray for that knowledge to shine, I guess.
Do external events determine your happiness?
Yeah, there's a belief that they do. That somehow finishing them through all those emails.
And that disturbs or really just veils, without touching, the underlying real nature of peace. Discern clearly and with finality the source and nature of happiness, of peace. Finding it to be within, determine the true nature of what is within by inquiring, ceasing to misidentify with the body, mental states such as waking and dreaming and deep sleep, and all that appears in them. Or use the delete button.
Right.
The problem is if you just use the delete button, they'll probably send you some more again. While if you gain self-knowledge and dwell as the very fountainhead of happiness yourself, the result is permanent.
We have to use a permanent delete button.
You said that self is one because it's indivisible. So I asked myself, am I indivisible? So diving deep into what I feel is I, my existence, that which I feel most directly, just that feeling, I know that I am. that doubtless, without a question, that I am. In that, if I try to find the point where I would divide, it's almost like an absurdity. It's like where is the unreal going to rise up in the real? And what happens is the more that I keep trying to find that place where I would divide, it keeps getting more solid that I am indivisible.
Mm-hmm.
That that's like the delete button. It deletes the possibility that there could be a second. I mean, that's kind of silly to get into that, but it's... And in that, if I inquire, well, who am I? The idea that there could be a second one? Obviously not.
In the omnipresence of reality, there is no possibility of the unreal. Similarly, in self-luminous knowledge, which is pure consciousness, there is no possibility of delusion. You cannot divide from yourself to look at it. Hence, non-objective vision is knowledge.
आविः सन्निहितं गुहाचरं नाम महत्पदं मत्रैतत् समर्पितम् एजत् प्राणन्निमिषच्च यदेतच्चानथ सदसद्वरेण्यं परं विज्ञानात् परिष्ठं प्रजानाम्.
It is being stated how the immutable can be known, though it is formless. It is self-effulgent, well-seated, and well-known as moving in the heart, and it is the great goal. On it are fixed all these that move, breathe, and wink or do not wink. Know this one that comprises the gross and the subtle, to be beyond the ordinary knowledge of creatures, and it is the eligible and the highest of all.
यदर्चिमद्यद् अनुभ्यो अनूच यस्मिन् लोका निहिता लोकिनश्च तदेतदक्षरं ब्रह्म स प्राणस्तदुवान्मनः तदेतत् सत्यं तदमृतं तद्वेदव्यं सौम्य विद्धि.
That which is bright and is subtler than the subtle, and that on which are fixed all the worlds, as well as the dwellers of the worlds, is this immutable Brahman. It is this vital force. It again is speech and mind. This entity that is such is true. It is immortal. It is to be penetrated. O good-looking one, shoot at it.
धनुर्गृहीत्वा उपनिषदं महास्त्रं शरं ह्युपासा निशितं सन्धयीत आयं यतद्भावगतेन चेतसा लक्ष्यं तदेवाक्षरं सौम्य विद्धि.
Taking hold of the bow, that is the great weapon familiar in the Upanishads, one should fix on it an arrow, sharpened with meditation. Drawing the string with a mind absorbed in its thought, hit, O good-looking one, that very target that is the immutable.
प्रणवो धनुःशरो ह्यात्मा ब्रह्म तल्लक्ष्यमुच्यते अप्रमत्तेन वेदव्यं शरवत्तन्मयो भवेत्.
Om is the bow, the soul is the arrow, and Brahman is called its target. It is to be hit by an unerring man. One should become one with it, just like an arrow.
यस्मिन् द्यौः पृथिवी चान्तरिक्षम् ओतं मनः सह प्राणैश्च सर्वैः तमेवैकं जानत आत्मानमन्या वाचो विमुञ्चता मुत्रस्यैस्तसेतुः.
Know that self alone, that is one without a second, on which are strung heaven, the earth, and the interspace, the mind and the vital forces together with all the other organs, and give up all other talks. This is the bridge leading to immortality.
परा इव रतनाभो संहता यत्र नाड्यः स एषोऽन्तश्चरते बहुधा जायमानः ओमित्येवं ध्यायत आत्मानं स्वस्ति वः पराय तमसः परस्तात्.
Within that heart in which are fixed the nerves, like the spokes on the hub of a chariot wheel, move this aforesaid self by becoming multiformed. Meditate on the self thus with the help of Om. May you be free from hindrances in going to the other shore beyond darkness.
यः सर्वज्ञः सर्ववेद यस्येष महिमा भुवि दिव्ये ब्रह्मपुरे ह्येष व्योमन्यात्मा प्रतिष्ठितः मनोमय प्राणशरीरनेता प्रतिष्ठितोऽन्ये हृदयं सन्निधाय तद्विज्ञानेन परिपश्यन्ति धीरा आनन्दरूपम् अमृतं यद्विभाति.
That self which is omniscient in general and all-knowing in detail, and who has such glory in this world, that self which is of this kind, is seated in the space within the luminous city of Brahman. It is conditioned by the mind. It is the carrier of the vital forces of the body. It is seated in food by placing the intellect in the cavity of the heart. The discriminating people realize through their knowledge the self as existing in its fullness on all sides, the self that shines surpassingly as blissfulness and immortality.
भिद्यते हृदयग्रन्थिः छिद्यन्ते सर्वसंशयाः क्षीयन्ते चास्य कर्माणि तस्मिन् दृष्टे परावरे.
When that self, which is both high and low, is realized, the knot of the heart gets untied, all doubts become solved, and all one's actions become dissipated.
हिरण्मये परे कोशे विरजं ब्रह्म निष्कलं तच्छुभ्रं ज्योतिषां ज्योतिः तद्यत्तात्मविदो विदुः.
In the supreme bright sheath is Brahman, free from taints and without parts. It is pure and is the light of lights. It is that which the knowers of the self realize.
न तत्र सूर्यो भाति न चन्द्रतारकं नेमा विद्युतो भान्ति कुतो यमग्निः तमेव भान्तम् अनुभाति सर्वं तस्य भासा सर्वमिदं विभाति.
There the sun does not shine, nor the moon or the stars, nor do these flashes of lightning shine there. How can this fire do so? Everything shines according as he does so. By his light, all this shines diversely.
ब्रह्मैवेदमृतं पुरस्ताद् ब्रह्म पश्चाद् ब्रह्म दक्षिणतश्चोत्तरेण अधश्चोर्ध्वं च प्रसुतं ब्रह्मैवेदं विश्वमिदं वरिष्ठम्.
All this that is in front is but Brahman, the immortal. Brahman is on the right as well as on the left. Above and below too is extended Brahman alone. This world is nothing but Brahman, the highest.
ஆனந்த ஸ்வரூப பாவனையால் ஆனந்தாப்படி உழைக்கும் அத்தியாயம்.
அகில ஜகநாயகனாம் பரேஷன் முன்னம் அநாமயமாம் அகண்ட பர பிரம்மானந்தம் மகிமதனை மாசரவே உரைத்த வண்ணம் மைந்தனினக்கிவ்வோத்தின் மற்றும் சொல்வேன். நிகிலமுமே அகண்ட பரிபூன்றமான நிரதிசயானந்த பரபிரம்மமேயாம் சுககணமாம் பரபிரம்மம் அது நான் என்று சோர்வரவே சிந்தித்து சுகித்தீருப்பாய். சங்கமிலா சனதனவானந்த நானே சலனமிலா சாஸ்வதானந்த நானே துங்கமதாம் தூய பரானந்த நானே, துவைத்தமிலா அத்வைதானந்த நானே, பங்கமிலா பரமசிவானந்த நானே, பாசமிலா பரமான்மானந்த நானே, எங்குமுள்ள பரபிரம்மானந்த நானே, எப்போதும் பாவித்து சுகித்திருப்பாய். கருதியிடும் விஷயமிலானந்த நானே, காரிய காரணமுமிலானந்த நானே, நிர்மலமாய் நிகழ் பரமானந்த நானே, நீக்கமிலா நித்திய ஆனந்த நானே, ஒரு வடிவாய் உள்ள பரானந்த நானே, உணர்வுருவாய் ஒளி பரமானந்த நானே, இருமையிலா ஏக பரானந்த நான் என்று எப்போதும் பாவித்து சுகித்திருப்பாய். கருத்திலுறும் களங்கமிலானந்த நானே, கல்பிதமோர் அணுகுமிலானந்த நானே, விருத்தியுணர் விமல பரானந்த நானே, விருத்திக்கும் அதித பரானந்த நானே, விருத்தி தரும் திவ்யவானந்த நானே, திருசியமோர் அணுகுமிலானந்த நானே, அருத்திசையும் அகண்ட பரானந்த நான் என்று அனவரதம் பாவித்து சுகித்திருப்பாய். அழிவற்ற அக்ஷயவானந்த நானே, அகண்ட பத லட்சியவானந்த நானே, பழுதற்ற ஞான பரானந்த நானே, பரம்பொருளாயுள்ள பரானந்த நானே, மொழியற்ற மோன பரானந்த நானே, மோகமிலா மோக்ஷ பரானந்த நானே, ஒளிவற்ற பூன்ற பரானந்த நான் என்று உரமாக பாவித்து சுகித்திருப்பாய். ஜடமருவா சின்மயவானந்த நானே, சலியாத சண்மயவானந்த நானே, மடமையுரா நிர்மல ஆனந்த நானே, மயக்கமில்லா நிர்குணவானந்த நானே, திருடவடிவாய் திகழ் பரமானந்த நானே, திலமளவும் வேதமிலானந்த நானே, இடமருவாய் ஏக பரானந்த நான் என்று எளிதாக பாவித்து சுகித்திருப்பாய். இணையொன்றும் இல்லாத பரானந்த நானே, இலதுளதென்றெண்ணமிலானந்த நானே, குணமூன்றும் இல்லாத பரானந்த நானே, குய்யமதாயுள்ள பரானந்த நானே, நனு நாம ரூபமிலானந்த நானே, நாசமிலா நஸ்வரூபானந்த நானே, அணுவேனும் வேதமிலானந்த நான் என்று அதிதிடமாய் பாவித்து சுகித்திருப்பாய். கலனமர கண்ட பரானந்த நானே, கருமத்தால் உற்ற பரானந்த நானே, பலவிதமாய் பற்றியவானந்த நானே, பக்தியினால் உற்ற பரானந்த நானே, உலகில் உள்ள ஆனந்தம் அனைத்தும் நானே, உரை மனதில் ககுச்சர ஆனந்த நானே, இலகியிடும் அகண்ட பரானந்த நான் என்று இடையறவே பாவித்து சுகித்திருப்பாய். மிக மிகவும் அதில் பரமானந்த நானே, மெய்யுணர்வாய் மேவு பரானந்த நானே, சகலமுமாய் சார்ந்த பரானந்த நானே, சாந்தமதாய் செறிந்த பரானந்த நானே, துகள் மருவா சுத்த பரானந்த நானே, தொந்தமிலா முக்த பரானந்த நானே, அகமருவா அகண்ட பரானந்த நான் என்று அனவரதம் பாவித்து சுகித்திருப்பாய். விமலமதாய் விளங்கு பரானந்த நானே, விசேஷமிலா வேத்திய ஆனந்த நானே, சமமதுவாய் செறிந்த பரானந்த நானே, சங்கல்ப விகல்பமிலானந்த நானே, விமலமதாய் நிலைத்த பரானந்த நானே, நிகிலமுமாய் நிறைந்த பரானந்த நானே, அமலமதாய் அமர்ந்த பரானந்த நான் என்று அனிசமுனி பாவித்து சுகித்திருப்பாய். வித்தையினால் விளங்கு பரானந்த நானே, விதைக்கும் அதித பரானந்த நானே, வித்தையினால் சத்தியவானந்த நானே, மேவுவதற்கரிய பரானந்த நானே, இத்வைத்தம் எவையுமிலானந்த நானே, ஏக பரிபூரணவானந்த நானே, அத்வைத்தமான பரானந்த நான் என்று அனிசமுனி பாவித்து சுகித்திருப்பாய். மாயை முதல் கதித பரானந்த நானே, மகாவாக்கின் விளக்கிய ஆனந்த நானே, தூய சிதாகாய பரானந்த நானே, துக்க சுகம் எவையுமிலானந்த நானே, நேயமதாய் நிகழ் பரமானந்த நானே, நிகரற்ற நிரதிசயானந்த நானே, ஏயமிலா ஏக பரானந்த நான் என்று இருமயர பாவித்து சுகித்திருப்பாய். ஆதிமுடி ஒன்றுமிலானந்த நானே, ஆன்மாவு கபின பரானந்த நானே, ஜோதியருள் எவையுமிலானந்த நானே, சூக்ஷ்மமாய் செறிந்த பரானந்த நானே, வேதமிலா பூரண ஆனந்த நானே, பின்னமர பிறங்கு பரானந்த நானே, ஜேதமிலா பரபிரம்மானந்த நான் என்று திருமயர பாவித்து சுகித்திருப்பாய். சந்ததமும் சலனமிலானந்த நானே, சமாதியினால் சார்ந்த பரானந்த நானே, பந்தமர பிறங்கு பரானந்த நானே, பரபதமாய் பற்று பரானந்த நானே, சிந்தையர செறிந்த சிதானந்த நானே, ஜெகதோற்றம் சிறிதுமிலானந்த நானே, அந்தமிலாகண்ட பரானந்த நான் என்று அயலறவே பாவித்து சுகித்திருப்பாய். பரம உபசாந்த பரானந்த நானே, பராத்பரமாய் பரவிய ஆனந்த நானே, இருமையிலாதிலகு பரானந்த நானே, ஏகமதாயிருந்த பரானந்த நானே, சரமசரம் எவையுமிலானந்த நானே, ஜகஜீவ பரங்களிலானந்த நானே, ஒரு வடிவாய் உள்ள பரானந்த நான் என்று ஒளிவரவே பாவித்து சுகித்திருப்பாய். சொல்லவுனா சுபவ பரானந்த நானே, சுயஞ்சோதியான பரானந்த நானே, தொல்லையதாம் துரிய பரானந்த நானே, துரியத்தும் அதித பரானந்த நானே, அல்லலிலாகண்ட பரானந்த நானே, அனைத்துக்கும் அதித பரானந்த நானே, எல்லையிலா ஏக பரானந்த நான் என்று எப்போதும் பாவித்து சுகித்திருப்பாய்.